So let me tell you this. We have a counseling service, and I have to admit, thanks to God, it is the best counseling service on this side of heaven. I counsel with men and women, families, individuals around the world. Most people are unhappy, they're miserable, they have rough lives, they're depressed, suicidal. I have not counseled with so many people who are suicidal, young and old, of all races. It doesn't matter the race, really. Their attitudes are, and I've noticed that with those who really want to understand, they overcome it just like that, out of one counseling session. And so I'm going to do follow-up just that, hey, look what's going on here, you know. I understand, I know why, and I do understand it, really. Because exactly what's happening in me is happening with everybody outside of me, inside of them, around the world. It's not just in America. It's everywhere. I was thinking this morning, it's sad. And when I say sad, I don't necessarily feel emotional sadness, but I feel sad because the only reason that anyone is unhappy with their life, is they can't see. They really cannot see. Did you know that anyone who believes thoughts are worshiping darkness? Even if you're calling yourself a Christian, but you believe thoughts, you're worshiping Satan. You're a child of Satan, and you're worshiping him. It doesn't matter you know the Bible inside out, upside down, around and about, and you go to church until you're black and blue in the face. If you have one iota of anger, you're worshiping Satan. In that darkness, Satan is telling you that what you need is another job, or more money, or different friends, or to live in a different neighborhood, or the world is over, or you need to get married, you need children, you need more of this or more of that. And then some people, they go for those things. And when they get them, they realize that ain't it. What the? That's not what I needed. But they believe the lie of Satan and they go for it. And yet, they don't really, because they don't pay attention to themselves, they're not seeking the Father. You must seek first the kingdom of God in his right way before you can find it. They believe Satan because what happens, they have a void, an emptiness, something is missing. And because they're into the darkness, believing lies of the imagination, they're not finding what they really need. They're finding all the fake stuff because they worship their God, Satan. I don't care what anyone says, and I'm okay with it. You can hold on to anger. You can live in your imagination. You can believe thoughts. It's totally up to you, but you don't have to. And then there are people who have what seem to be everything they want. They have money, beautiful homes. They own more than one home, fancy cars, fake friends. They have it all. And they're popular. They're known. I know people that you would know very well in the media and in politics and entertainment. I'm counseling with these people. They have what seem to be all, and they're miserable. Because material things, material and physical people are not going to be able to fulfill the emptiness that's in your soul. It's no wonder the suicidal rate is going through the roof. And the experts, not my experts for the Jesse Peterson show, the fake experts out there with the degrees, they're blaming it on the coronavirus. They're blaming it on the shutdown, lock-ins. They're blaming it on having to wear masks. They're blaming it on the economy and all those things. They're blaming it on Excuse me. The inability for people to get together now in families or parties, however, 100% has nothing to do with anything. Your fears, your doubts, your worries, your jealousies, your envies. Those things have nothing to do with it. Really, it doesn't. You'll be that way even if those things did not exist. Because what you don't know is what's missing, the emptiness, the void that you have. The only thing that will fulfill that emptiness and take away all the fears, all the doubts, all the worries, all the suicidal thoughts, all the attempts to fulfill that emptiness from the outside, is that you must return to the Father. Women can marry every man in the United States and around the world with buku money. You can marry Joyce Soros and still be unhappy. Men can marry the most beautiful woman on this side of heaven and will still be miserable, because that emptiness is coming from the love of a father, meaning you need to be born again of the Father to return to God within, and that will cause you to return to him from above as well, because he's inside of us and he's above us. And the only thing that's going to fulfill that is that you must forgive. Go forgive your mama, grandmama, whomever raised you, and forgive your father. And then you'll start to grow in the light, because God will change the heart from darkness to light, which is his nature, his love. And so your heart will change to love, and that void will disappear. And then you will grow in the light in the same way you are dying in the darkness. You're not growing in the darkness, you're dying. And you will love even your enemy, meaning that you just won't hate them. You won't try to hurt anyone that tries to hurt you, because you will see that they just can't see. That's why they're doing that. They have hell going on in their lives, and they want to take it out on you. And their daddy, Satan, give them a reason to. So you won't be able to hate them. And you can live with the crowd, or you can live alone. Really. Because you will have a peace of mind. You will have a peace of mind. And the issues that comes in life, because issues will still come, they will pass right through you. Really. It will be amazing. And what's so interesting about it, you know how you have all angry people have a close relationship with Satan. They believe in him and he believes in them, and they have a close relationship. And they listen to their daddy, Satan, and all the advice he gives them leads to destruction. It doesn't help their lives, right? Because they're one with Satan. Likewise, just think about this. Likewise, when you overcome the darkness, that dark nature inside of you, that's inside of others, then you will become one with God. He would take you away from the darkness and bring you to the light, and you will become one with the light, which is God, which is his nature, which is within, right? And then he will guide you in the same way Satan is guiding you. But it's not going to happen until you're all in. You got to give up everything. Meaning, you got to stop fighting for it. You got to stop protecting that darkness. You got to stop protecting the darkness, stop protecting it, and stop trying to protect yourself. Any fight you put up against it is only going to make you worse. You got to let the light fight the darkness and stop letting the ego nature, which is not you, but the nature of Satan, you got to stop letting that deceive you that you need to put up some kind of fight. Because when you do, it keeps you in darkness. Even though you don't want to admit it, Satan is your daddy. That's why you're miserable. You're up and down emotionally. You feel good one moment. It looked like he's giving you a sense of relief. And as soon as you get relaxed in that, he reminds you of something else and bring you back down. And now you're back down emotionally and you're tripping. The real you that's separated from the not you is never depressed, never anxious, never worried, never care what anyone says or think about you, never a fear of anything because you have a sound mind. And none of the outside issues are yours. It's only the way you think about it. Issues are going to happen in life, but when Satan is your daddy, you don't have anyone to fight the issues for you. But once you overcome Satan, then God will fight them for you. And most people don't trust that. Even Bible thumper Christians don't trust God. Even some people who are into the silent prayer or whatever kind of meditation you're doing, right? You don't trust God. You don't. And if you pay close attention to yourself, you'll see that you don't really trust him. Look how you overreact. You overreact. You got to let things happen and not try to stop things from happening. Because the more you try to stop them, the worse you will get. The world ain't going to change. But you can change. I can change. And live in the world with perfect peace. Be ye perfect as your Father in heaven is perfect. And it starts with a change of heart. Because a change of heart means a change of mind. And only God can do that. Satan ain't going to change your heart from hate to love, from anger to love. God will, but you got to let go. Really, you really have to just let go. You have to let go, and that's the hardest thing in the world for people to do. Totally be all in with everything. You have to just live. And you'll see he'll come in and he'll fight your battle. He will give you a sound mind, and he will deal with everything else. And you would just live. And yes, you would get up and do practical things like go to work, buy food, buy yourself a house. Those who want a business, start a business, but it will not be who you are. It's just what you do. Either you are a child of Satan, because we are all born into darkness. By every human being that comes through the mother, and they all do, I think sometimes they have a baby born in a test tube now or something. But all those who are born of the woman is dying. You're born into sin. What is called sin, meaning anger and hatred. Turn away from the Father. All, not one. I don't care where you're born, what part of the world, how poor or rich, and why you run around fighting on equality. You know, hear how the blacks talk about they want equality, and then the white liberals are too glad to give it to them, like giving them crack pipes, and then commit whatever. You know what I'm saying? No such thing as equality. That's not what they're looking for. What black people and all people need is a return to the Father. They need love. They have no love. And love only comes from God through Christ, through man to the woman, and down to the children. That just come up above through the mother, it destroys you. And mothers, it's not you. It's not your fault. It's not you. You can blame it on Eve. If you want to get mad at somebody, blame Eve. She's the one that decided to disobey her husband. And men, it's not you. It's Adam's fault because of what he did. Listen to the woman, and the woman became his God. And so that spirit of the mother that's inside of the men as well, it's not your fault. It's not you. So if you got to be mad at Adam. I wouldn't be mad at him, but if you got to, if you want to blame somebody. We have a blame society today, too. It's a mess. But thank God for his son, Jesus Christ. He sent his son, and he made it possible, a clear way for us to return to the Father. That's why when you return to your earthly father, men and women, boys and girls, you will, through him, return to God. You're never going to be able to know God until you know your father, your earthly father. You got to forgive him for not being able to protect you. He was married or made a baby with his mama. Your mama is his mama because he never overcame his mama, so he couldn't deal with it, with her. And mama's not going to tell you, your daddy loved you. When your daddy left, he didn't leave you, he left me. I was a bitch, and he couldn't deal with the bitch. I was just like his mama. She's not going to tell you that. She's going to say, oh, your daddy was mean. Oh, your daddy left me. I had to work. I had to do this or that and play victim, and you're going to identify with her and believe the lie that your father didn't love you. It's unfortunate that the spirit of the mother causes her to do that. All these people who are dying of fentanyl, this drug that the Mexican or the illegal aliens are bringing in, it ain't the drug fault. It's you identifying with the not you, with darkness. And when you're in the darkness, every human being does this. When you're in darkness, when you have that void, if no one tell you, your parents or no one wakes you up really early, tell you how, hey, don't be angry, then you'll reach out for other God-saving things. Back, time gone past, when the Wicked Witch of the West, Maxine Waters with the low IQ, was blaming crack on the government. Oh, the government brought in the crack. And the dumb black people jumping on board with her. The white man put the crack into the black community. I'm like, well, who made them take it? Who told them to take it? They didn't hold you down and put it down your throat. No self-responsibility at all. And now they're offering you crack pipes. And they said, we're going to give it to the undeserved community, the black folks, and the LGBT community. And then there's no outcry, oh, the white man want to put crack pipes in our community. They're okay with that. They want to keep you high, fighting amongst each other, blaming, killing, robbing, murdering. The answer is you must overcome thoughts. Anyone that's into thoughts are living in darkness. So the answer to all your so-called issues, to overcome worry and doubt and fear and all that, you must forgive so God can change your heart to his heart, to love. And then he will give you the power. The power of love will change everything. Amazing. And don't forget to like, follow, tweet, subscribe, and share the Jesse Lee Peterson radio show, folks. We really appreciate it. We are at war. It is a spiritual battle for the soul of America. And it's going to take all of us to do it.